Greetings and welcome to the 60th episode of Retro Rant. Time to revisit the fabulous Amstrad CPC, taking a look at Blues Brothers, released by Titus in 1992. Now this is a platformer I have enjoyed in my Commodore Amiga back in the day and didn't even know that the Amstrad CPC got a port, since I have by then already sold my CPC and moved on to 16-bit territory. So let's see if this is a game I would have liked back then, or if I was better off not knowing about it altogether. The Blues Brothers have a concert tonight, but the gig is scheduled in a place where the sheriff doesn't like loud music. So instead of filing a complaint with the Noise Pollution Subcommittee of Greenpeace, he decides to be sneaky about it. So while the Blues Brothers sleep peacefully, the sheriff steals their instruments and equipment and scatters them around the city. Naturally, our heroes are pissed off about this when they wake up, so they embark on a quest to recover their stuff and be in time to rock the city in the evening. If you are familiar with the Amstrad CPC's capabilities, you will know that it has beautiful colors unmatched in the 8-bits. So, what is this? This looks like yet another laser spectrum port, one of the many with which we got shafted back in the day. But you would be wrong in thinking so, since the Spectrum version, released by a different company, looks and plays even worse than this, believe it or not. Some Amstrad games admittedly look quite good with only 4 colors, but this is not the case here. A platformer such as this requires nice, vibrant colors to create an exciting feeling. If the lack of color weren't enough, the playing area is the size of a postage stamp and the game is flip screen only, and this affects the gameplay as we shall see below. At least the sprites move somewhat smoothly, even with some occasional slowdown, but at what price? Remember, this is 1992. Titus has shown that it can create lovely looking CPC games like Prehistoric and Titus the Fox, so there is no excuse here. The music is the best part about Blues Brothers. The game is full of groovy, well-known tunes in delicious AY renditions. The music is so good that it almost makes up for the bland graphics, creating a sense of excitement. Unfortunately, the sound effects had to be sacrificed, but I think it is well worth it. Moreover, you get a different track after each level. And the gameplay... well, the game is definitely playable, since it retains the very good level design of the Amiga version. Unfortunately, it lacks excitement and speed, and the flip screen mechanic simply doesn't work here. Although flip screen games can be quite good in any platform if they're accompanied by design choices that take advantage of this, like Prince of Persia. Unfortunately, Blues Brothers is no such case, and you will routinely get hurt by enemies that are on the edge of the screen, but you cannot see them so as to react. The developers could have adjusted the enemy's location so as to avoid such unfair situations, but I guess they couldn't be bothered. The controls are actually quite solid, although jumping can feel somewhat floaty, especially if you compare them to the Amiga version. You can pick up items to throw at the enemies, or you can use these items to jump on them and reach higher places. You can collect records. I think these give you an extra life after you get 100, but there is no number of the records in the CPC version, so I'm not sure. You can also get balloons that will lift you up, as well as umbrellas that will let you float gently as you fall. Peace and quiet-loving, law-abiding folk and cops are the enemies here, and you must defeat or avoid them, and this creates the question whether you are the hero or the villain. Apart from the high philosophical and moral implications of the game, you can choose to play as either one of the duo, although this doesn't affect the gameplay. The exploration element could be quite good, although again the terrible flip screen kills it. Overall, I am sad to say that Blues Brothers is just a lazy version that insults CPC owners. Having said that, the music is great and there is a certain amount of playability here, so the game is not a disaster. But I would definitely recommend that you download the great AY music and play the Amiga version instead. So that's it for now. Stay out of the way of quiet-loving sheriffs, and I'll see you next time!